Hey everyone, Livy here, back with another video, and today we are going to take a look at this new addition to my collection. This is the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle. As you can see here, it's by Amanda Lynn Aisling, and it is a 44 card deck and guidebook for times of transition. Now, interesting story. Oh, and I guess in the US you can get it for $21.99 or $28.99 in Canada. But this deck, let's talk about it. Why have I recently acquired this? This deck used to be indie, okay? And it used to be known as the Wilderness Collide Oracle. And I guess Amanda was selling it on Etsy and all of that jazz. And then I saw it recently by who was it? Whose channel? Simply Han's channel? Or Simply Han? I'm so sorry. She was showing the indie version, okay? And so I messaged the creator, and then the creator told me that this deck went mass market. So I was like, oh, awesome. So now I can get a hold of it and see what it's all about. So this is the packaging. This is a Hay House deck. And this is what it says on the back. I'm really curious to see. I'm assuming because it went mass market, maybe things got changed around with it. I don't know how big the cards were even before, but I like that this Oracle seems like it's standard tarot size, so that's really cool. Ooh, the inside of the box is cool. The backs, okay, one thing I do know about this deck from what I've seen of the indie version is that the backs are different now. So these are the new backs. They look like this. Kind of cool. Psychedelic. Vaguely reminds me of, what's it called? The Queer Tarot, kind of. I don't know why, vaguely. Before we get into the cards, let's talk a little bit about cardstock. Now, I have only encountered a couple of Hay House decks, and this feels like pretty standard Hay House cardstock. It's kind of like thin, but at the same time, the edges feel a little thick. I don't know how to explain that otherwise, but that's kind of what it's like. It is a matte. It has like a matte feel to it, kind of papery. It's not completely cardboard texture though. So it has a little bit different. So it doesn't feel like squeaky, right? It's not squeaking, but it's not like the greatest cardstock in the world either. So I'm always just honest with that. But I am curious to see what this guidebook's about before we get a little bit even more into the cards. So let's look here. The guidebook has an intro, how to use the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle, the cards and their meanings, and then it goes into every single card. Luckily, it is in alphabetical order, but starts from 1 to 44. Then there's acknowledgments and about the author. So I was really curious to see. There's rituals and affirmations mentioned. Oh, how to use it. So drawing cards. Oh, and so this is really cool. So I'm glad I looked at this. The author even says that for this deck, she only recommends pulling one card at a time. And that's actually good. And it's also because she says each card explores heavy emotions or situations. So focusing on just one card allows you the time to create a more rewarding experience, especially while you are getting to know the deck. Oh, and then there is at least one spread, though. So there's an affirmation spread for the body, heart, mind, and soul. Oh, and there is a crossroads. So there are some spreads, but kind of recommends only doing one at a time. So there's two spreads, crossroad and the other one. And then cleansing, there's a whole thing on that. Beginning rituals. I don't know. Oh, crystals. There's even a section for crystals if you're someone who likes using crystals while pulling cards. I guess there's a section for that. And then for each card, this is what I really wanted to know. For each card, you get the title. You get a good chunked paragraph, a ritual attached to the card. So interesting. So each card also has a ritual and then an affirmation. Very good. And it looks like yep, it's for every single card. They do the same thing. Very, very nice. This is going to be very interesting. I'm curious to see how the artwork deviates. I only saw a little bit of the deck, what it would have been like in the indie version. So I'm very curious to see how this holds up in mass market. But let's now get into the cards. What I do know of this deck, as you can probably tell just by looking at this like this, is that the decks, I think it's like digital collage, and I don't know if it's like a combination of what's it called? I don't know if it's a combination of like photography and just like collage image. I don't know. I don't know what really went on to make this, but we're going to see. So our first card here, now going into the actual cards, is Adventure. We have Attachment, Beginning. Oh, this is giving me like Three of Swords energy. Betrayal. Change. Chaos. Cherish. Compassion. Confusion, right? No, yeah, the cards didn't stick. Compassion, confusion, connection, control, courage. Wow, I like this one. Oh, it's from the box in the bottom. Delight. Denial. Some of the colors on this are like really nice. Discontentment. Expansion. Focus. Forgiveness. Freedom. Grief. Wow. We have hesitation. I like a lot of the keywords so far too. I think they work pretty well, and they would go with a wide variety of decks. We have hope. Oh, this is from the box design. Indecision. Interesting. Oh, the 2 paths to take. I see it. Okay. Individuality. Love. Movement. Openness. Paradox. Play. Oh, pressure. Oh, presence. I almost thought it said pressure. Presence, sorry. Interesting. Protection. Reflection. Regret. Rest. Sadness. Shame. Stillness. Storytelling. Surrender. Truth. Vision. Wow. Vulnerability. Waiting. And wisdom. Interesting. I really like the artwork of this. I think this is going to be really interesting. Now that that's looked through, I'm going to quickly shuffle this. I think it did, from what I remember seeing of images of the indie version of this deck, I think it might have changed a lot. But I think some of that might have to do, I think, with the collaged images, because when I think about it, as an indie run, it might be easy to just like use whatever collaged images you find. But when I feel like if you were to go mass market, you might run into trouble depending on what images you use. So I wonder if the creator had to pivot because of maybe copyright issues of that. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm just speculating here. I'm making shit up. I don't know what the truth is. But it does seem a bit different than it was in an indie version. But even so, I kind of like this a lot. Just as what it is, you know. I don't mind Hay House texture cardstock. Like I said, it's more matte, but it's like more, see, it has like a different texture. It's not so much it borders. It's not the greatest cardstock, but it's not bad either. So you guys are probably wondering too, now that I've like flipped through it and showed you all the cards and stuff, why was I so interested in getting this deck? Well, I think this is going to be, I have two now. This is like technically the second more collaged oracle kind of that I have, and I think this will be a good one to go with a lot of my collage and otherwise tarot decks. So I'm going to leave this like this for a second, and when I come back, I'm going to try to pair some tarot with it and see which one might be the best fit with this. So give me 1 second. Okay, the first deck that I'm going to try, so I'll just be honest here for this deck. I'm just curious to see how it does with, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other decks over here, and we're just going to see if they work. If they don't, they don't. Maybe I'll find a different pair, but let's do this. So we'll have the Oracle on this side, and I'm going to start with this deck. Sorry for showing this because this deck I am going to show is, it is out of print now, but I know a lot of people managed to snag this one before it became out of print, so I don't know. It's for me purposes. Anyways, this is a Sistine Tarot by Rose Bay. And I'm going to see if it pairs well with this or not, because I've been trying to find a nice pairing for this deck. These are the backs. This works, kind of. I think it might. Okay, this is a good start. We have here Reflection and the Four of Wands. Virgo and Regret. What? Oh, this is a Manchiotti style deck, by the way, just so you guys are wondering why is there a random Virgo card in the middle of the tarot. Rest and Taurus. Wow. Presence and Knight of Swords. I kind of, low-key, I kind of really like this combination. We have Protection and Temptation. Wow. Movement with the Moon, and they both have moons. This deck is okay. They want to talk to each other. Openness and the King of Coins. And Paradox with the Two of Hearts. Wow. Okay, I'm really enjoying. Okay, I was gonna say I don't think I need to go further. I think these two decks kind of low key like each other, even though this one is brighter in color and this one's more like muted saturation. Because as you can see, like individuality and temperance, they're like much brighter. But I think these two like each other. Yes, I'm glad I found a good pair. Okay. I love the Sistine Tarot, but yeah, that was my biggest struggle, was like trying to figure out what oracles to pair. So now I have a couple more with this deck. That's good. That's good. I'm going to put away the Sistine, and we're going to go to another tarot. By the way, I'm only showing tarots to pair with oracle because, I don't know. I'm one of those weirdos. I don't pair tarot with tarot, and I think it's just because, for me personally, I struggle with the idea of, what's it called? I struggle with the idea of multiple of the same tarot card popping up in a reading, because I feel like that would happen if I was putting two tarot decks together, and I don't like that. So I don't know. Anyways, we're going to move on to a different deck to show and to try out. This is... there might be more decks, but I don't want to go into my January bin. I don't know. This is the Zerner Farber Tarot. Sorry. This is a mass market. Sistine Tarot was indie. It's out of print. This is mass market. This is Red Feather Schiffer. These are the backs. This deck, I feel like I pair with so many things. I was just curious to see if they would pair up, but I have a feeling they might not go as cohesively. So we're just going to find out right now. But we have Stillness with the Sun. Storytelling with Temperance. Surrender with the Eight of Hearts. Truth with the Prince of Swords. I think, so far, I have to say, I don't think I 100% like this combination. This Vision card is beautiful, though, and it does kind of go with Judgment. That works. But I think what I think it's becoming too busy for me. Probably because this deck has a lot of, like, quilted stuff in here. And it's also more, you can tell it's more like of a different tone. And this is, like, obviously pulling from, like, digital art and photos and stuff. And this is more actually quilted together. So I don't know if I like this combo as much. Waiting and the Prince of Pentacles. Now this combo, these two cards are speaking to each other, but I don't think I like how they're talking to each other. Okay, so now that I know that already, let's go into a different, let's try a different tarot. This section is just for me, and so you guys also get an idea of what decks can go with this. So now I'm going to do Guided Hand Tarot. Oh, there is another. Oh, I think I will show that one, but I have to find where I put it before. I thought of another deck that could go with this done, but I'll wait for that. But anyways, these are the back of the Guided Hand Tarot. This is another indie deck. You can find this on Etsy. And I'm just curious because, again, collage. Oh, interesting. Love with the Ace of Pentacles. I kind of like this combo. That's nice. Attachment and the Three of Cups. Control and the High Priestess. Play with the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Wow. Beginning with the Queen of Cups, so. Sadness with the Queen of Wands. I think this combo works better for me. Definitely. Shame. And the Six of Pentacles. Wow. I think because these are both also borderless, connection and the star. I think that's why I like them. And also because Guided Hand Tarot, it is collage, but as you can see, there's a lot of cards that'll have more negative space. So I think for that reason, I think I like these two together. Okay, that one was a quick one. There is another deck that reminds me just like the Guided Hand Tarot that I think would also work. And because I want to show that one and because I'm remembering it right now, I need to go get it. So give me one more second. Again, I'm going to pause and come back. Okay, back. This deck is the Ephemeral Tarot. This is also an indie deck. It is by Leslie Patterson Marks. This is Guided Hand was by Irene Mudd, by the way. But yeah, this is Leslie Patterson Marks. This deck you can also get on Etsy. It is also collage style and reminds me a lot of the Guided Hand. So I realized if Guided Hand works, I think this deck might too. These are the backs. Just gonna shuffle it a little. Let's find out though. Ooh, restriction with wisdom. I can't remember. Some of the majors in this deck have been renamed. I don't remember what restriction is, but interesting. Then we have courage with the Three of Swords. Wow. Well, it's called Three of Feathers, I think, in this deck, but wow, that goes. We have Cherish with the Eight of Cups. Expansion in the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Oh, these two go color-wise. Focus with Union. Wow. Forgiveness and the Chariot. Interesting. Freedom with the Sun. Grief in the World. Wow. Hesitation with the Three of Wands. I think these kind of work too. Again, because they're kind of borderless also, it's easier to blend them in. Oh, the Catalyst, I think, is the Tower. And then Change. Interesting. I don't know if I like them as much as I like the Guided Hand together. But yeah, this deck also works. So that was the Ephemeral Tarot. That's another one I didn't realize. Could definitely go with this deck. But let's look at another one now. And this is almost out. So once it's done, I'll just reshuffle and then try to see. Because I still have 3 more decks to show. We're going to start with this one. This deck. I love this deck. Well, I love all these decks, but you know. This deck is the Practical Magic Tarot, but specifically, I know there's another one that's called Practical Magic, so this is specifically the Chingay Laurador Practical Magic. She's a Filipina creator. This is indie also. These are the backs. These are the fronts. And I think this deck with this one will want to talk to each other. So let's see here. We have Chaos with Independence. Hope with the Seven of Cups. Wow. Indecision with the Experiment. Oh, Page of Wands, yeah. Denial with the Eight of Swords. Discontentment and the Two of Cups. Interesting. Compassion with the Queen of Wands. Confusion with the world. And delight with the Four of Cups. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if they 100% wanted to talk to each other in this moment, but I'm going to reshuffle this now. And then see if the deck talks in a different way with some different card mashups. Okay. Let's see if that worked. We have storytelling with the Queen of Swords. Surrender with the Nine of Cups. Truth with the Two of Pentacles. Oh, Vision again. Oh, and the Star. Beautiful. I think, again, yeah, these both kind of work. They're both borderless, so it's easier to pair them, I feel like. I don't know. I kind of like this. I think this works. I think this works. Ooh, Courage with the Five of Pentacles, too. Very good. Okay. Very good. Very good. Another one done. I like this. And I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize now. I think I'm losing daylight. I'm filming this near the end of the day. So I'm going to try to be quicker with these next ones. Okay. Next up, we have the Every Little Thing You Do is Magic Tarot. And this one, I don't know if they will go, because this one, as you will see, has a very big border around it. But we'll see if they want to talk to each other. Okay. We have Cherish and the Seven of Wands. Connection with the Devil. Presence and the Three of Wands. These have nice colors together. Protection with the Moon. Movement with the Five of Swords. I don't know. Some of the colors look like they could go. But I don't know how I feel. See, my problem with this deck, Every Little Thing You Do is Magic, is the border is really... I like the fun borders when you're just looking at the cards itself, but when like trying to pair it with oracles, I'm not sure how I'm liking. It's almost seeming too busy. It's not like the worst. Like I could do this, I think, but it's not my favorite pairing. So yeah, I don't know. I need to, but these two work. See, I don't know. I think it's because this deck is just so chunky too. I mean, that might be the problem we're going to see with this next deck I'm going to show, but I think the next deck will work better. So let's see if it actually does. The last deck I'm going to show for us today to try to pair with this one is the Lioness Oracle Tarot. And this, as you can also see, is also a chunky deck. These are the backs. This is also an indie deck. Oh, Every Little Thing You Do is Magic is mass market. Sorry. But this one is also an indie. I think these two will work the best, but we're going to find out right now. Did I save the best for last? Maybe. Stillness with this Ace of Wands. Grief with the Four of Swords. Hesitation with the Two of Pentacles. Betrayal and the Seven. Wow. I think because this deck's imaging, like collaging, is very similar, I think these work together. But what always gets me about the Lioness Oracle is because of its white borders. Sometimes, like, even though this is borderless, I don't always like it paired, but I think it works. I think I do like this combo. When you have enough collage-y decks to mix in with other decks, it makes it easier to tell what's going to go together and what's not. But I think overall, I do like this. It works. Like, I can do it. And I think it'd be fine. But it's not, again, I think because of its borders too, I always get so hung up on that. But like, I'm very visually like, do they make sense together kind of person. And they kind of do work because their collage styles are similar. But I don't know if it would also be its first pairing together. I don't know. Stuff to think about, but very, very cool to try them out together. Okay, well, if you have been watching this long and you wanted to see what pairings you could possibly do with this, like that was all your cup of tea, thank you so much for watching. I have been working more with tarot and oracle together, so I thought that this would be helpful, especially because oracle, sometimes it's a little hard to tell where it can work in someone's collection, but now you guys got a chance to see all that. It shuffles pretty well. Not bad. I'm excited for this one. And I now have to think about when I'm going to work it in, but exciting stuff. Okay, well, if you are watching this long, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye.